Morning dear students, welcome back to our online class. I hope you all are absolutely fine. So dear students, we are learning about the matters in our surrounding. In that we have learned the physical properties of the matter, as well as we have done that how to interconverted the states of a matter. Okay, so what are the states of the matter? That is solid, liquid and gas. So these three can be interconverted into each other. So in today's class, let's discuss the new concept, that is fusion and the melting. Dear students, when the concept of melting will come, so it is nothing but, in easy language you can say that melting of the substance. So in chemistry, how we can define this thing? So dear students, you can define in this way: when a solid is heated, the particles begins to vibrate with greater speed and begin to move from freely. So you can see here, this is the beaker, and when you are going to heat this, so what happens? The particles begins to vibrate. So in which speed? With a greater speed, and begin to move freely. Okay, so means the particles are moving freely in nature. Then at a particular temperature, the solid melts and changes into liquid. So in this particular temperature, what happens? The solid will become liquid. The solid will become a liquid. So the process of melting is also known as the fusion. So dear students, the 1 marks question can be asked, what is melting? And another question can be asked, what is fusion? So when the question is asked what is the melting, then you have to be defined in this manner, that is, when a solid is heated, the particles begins to vibrate with a greater speed and begin to move freely in nature. Then at particular temperature, the solid melts and changes into liquid. So dear students, if you have written this much, then finish. So this process is nothing but the known as the fusion, is it? So dear students, I hope there is no confusion about the definition of melting as well as the fusion. So the next concept is the temperature at which a solid melts is called as the melting point. Suppose at particular temperature like a 30 degree Celsius or 40 degree Celsius or more than 100 degree Celsius, if at that particular temperature the solid melts into the liquid, then what happens? That temperature is known as the melting point of the substance. Okay, so the melting point of ice is 0 degree Celsius or 273 Kelvin. Okay, so dear students, I hope you know the difference between the degree Celsius and the Kelvin, where 0 degree Celsius is equal to 273 Kelvin. Okay, so 0 degree Celsius is equals to 273 Kelvin. So dear students, now let's discuss the latent heat of a fusion. This is also 1 marks question. What is the latent heat of a fusion? So the amount of heat energy, okay, you have to know the amount of heat energy that required to change 1 kg of solid. Okay, if any one of the substance you are taking as 1 kg, then how much energy or how much temperature you need to be melt the solid substance is called as the latent heat of fusion. Okay, so just how to define this thing, that the amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg of a solid, 1 kg of solid into liquid at atmospheric pressure. So what are the condition here in the latent heat of a fusion? That the amount of heat energy means how much energy you are putting to or you need to or required to change 1 kg of solid substance into liquid at atmospheric pressure is called as the latent heat of a fusion. Dear students, once again I am repeating, the latent heat of a fusion where the amount of energy required to, this is the amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg of a solid substance into liquid at atmospheric pressure at its melting point is called as the latent heat of a fusion. Suppose if you are taking any solid substance and you are putting the energy or heating, so at particular temperature it will going to be melted, okay, it will going to be melted. Then what happened, this is nothing but the latent heat of a fusion. So at with particular temperature, when the solid substance is converting into liquid substance at atmospheric pressure, then it is called as a latent heat of a fusion. Okay. So dear students, now let's begin with the next concept, that is the boiling point. What do you mean by boiling? Boiling means boil the substance. Okay. So boiling means boil the substance. So when a liquid is heated, its particle begin to move even faster. Same concept. There what happened? The solid is converted into liquid. Here the liquid substance is converted into gaseous forms. So then at particular temperature the liquid begins to boil and changes into gas. Okay. So when a liquid is heated, okay, if you are heating the substance, so its particular temperature, at particular temperature, then particle begins to move faster, then liquid begins to boil and changes into gas vapor is called as the boiling. So boiling is the bulk phenomenon. Bulk phenomenon means heavy phenomenon. Okay. So boiling is the bulk phenomenon. When a liquid boils, the bulk of the liquid changes into vapors. Vapor means the gaseous form. Okay, these are the vapors. When the liquid substance is heating through the burner, then what happened? The liquid is going to be changed into the vapors form. So the temperature at which a liquid start boiling, okay, if suppose at particular temperature the liquid start at boiling, then it is called as the boiling point. And the boiling point of the water, already you know, that is the 100 degrees Celsius, and that is the 373 Kelvin. Here why it is at 373 Kelvin? Because if 0 degrees Celsius, if 0 degrees Celsius is equals to 273 Kelvin, then what about the 100 degrees Celsius? So you have to be add here 273, 100 plus 273, that is it will become as a 373 Kelvin. So this is the concept of Kelvin and the degree Celsius relation. Then what about the latent heat of a vaporization? Same concept, but here what happens? The same amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg of solid. There in the latent heat of fusion we have taken the solid substance, but in the latent heat of vaporization, as it is the boiling point, you need the 1 kg of liquid into gas at atmospheric pressure. And at particular temperature, when the substance will start boiling, then it is called as the latent heat of a vaporization. Okay. So what is the latent heat of vaporization? The amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg of a liquid into gas at atmospheric pressure at its boiling point is called as the latent heat of a vaporization. Okay, dear students, I hope there is no confusion into the fusion and the boiling. Fusion is nothing but the melting of a substance, where the solid substance at particular temperature, the substance will going to change, the solid substance will going to change into liquid form, that is the fusion. Okay. And what about the boiling? The liquid is heated. In this situation what happens? The liquid begins to form a vapor. So it is called as the boiling point. So what is the latent heat of vaporization? The amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg of a liquid. So keep in your mind, when vaporization come, you have to be take a liquid substance in the latent heat, but when we are talking about the latent heat of a fusion, you have to take 1 kg of the solid substance. So this is the latent heat of a fusion and latent heat of a vaporization. So dear students, now next concept is the sublimation. Sublimation is nothing but the when solid is directly converted into gaseous form. So the change of a state directly from solid to gas or from gas to liquid is called as the sublimation. So here we have a one activity to show the sublimation of the substance. So if solid camphor means whatever kapoor we are using at your home while doing puja, then just take a solid camphor or ammonium chloride and just keep it for heating, and after heating what happens, it changes into vapor. So directly what happens, solid is directly converted into gaseous form. So if the vapors are cooled it and changes into liquid, then it is called as the sublimation. So what is the main sublimation definition? That is the change of state directly from solid to gas or from gas to liquid is called as a sublimation. So what are the examples? Already we have discussed. Okay, now let's perform the activity. Just take some few amount of the ammonium chloride and keep it for heating with the help of burner. Here we have kept the ammonium chloride, and what happens after heating, the ammonium chloride is converted into vapor, and later on what happen, it will going to be occupy one space. But what is that space? How you are going to find out whether the substance are changing or not? So you have to be cover this funnel in with the cotton in a above layer. So what happened? So camphor or ammonium chloride is heated, then it changes into vapor. So you can feel here some few amount of the vapor. So this is nothing but the sublimation. So dear students, this also concept is important for 1 marks or 2 marks. Let's talk about the effect of pressure on gases. So when a pressure is applied on a gas, the particle come closer and the gas changes into liquid. So the best example of effect of pressure on gases, that is the CNG. CNG is nothing but the compressed natural gas, where the particles come closer and the gas changes into liquid. We can liquefy gases by applying pressure and reducing the temperature. Okay, so in this situation what you have to do, you have to liquefy gases by applying pressure and reducing the temperature. As well as this compressed solid carbon dioxide is also called as a dry ice. So the 1 marks question can be asked, what is dry ice? So compressed solid carbon dioxide is called as the dry ice, and if the pressure is reduced, it changes directly to the gas without coming into liquid state. So solid carbon dioxide is also known as the dry ice. Why we are calling the solid carbon dioxide as a dry ice? Because the pressure is reduced and changes directly gas without coming into liquid gas. So already we have done the concept that how the solid is directly converted into gaseous form. In similar way, when we are talking about the effect of pressure on the gas, then the reduced pressure is changed directly gas without coming into liquid state. So what happened? Solid carbon dioxide is also known as the dry ice. Dry ice. Dear students, for interconversion of the 3 states of the matter, we have a flow chart. So here, when the gas is directly converted into solid is called as the sublimation, and where the solid is converted into liquid, it is called as the fusion, and as well as the liquid is directly converted into gas, that is the vaporization. Whereas when the gas is converting into liquid, it is also called as the condensation. When the liquid is converted into solid, it is called as the solidification, whereas the solid converted into gas, it is called as the sublimation. In both the criteria, when the gas is converted into solid or solid into gas, then it is called as the sublimation process. Now let's discuss the next concept, that is the evaporation. Evaporation means the change of a liquid into vapor at any temperature below its boiling point is called as the evaporation. Evaporation means evaporate the substance. Evaporate means not a boiling but just evaporate, ready to evaporate. Okay, so the change of a liquid into vapor at any temperature below its boiling point is called as the evaporation. And as well as evaporation is the surface phenomenon, particles from the surface, that is it gain enough energy to overcome the forces of attraction and changes to vapor state. So its evaporation is what? It is the surface phenomenon where the particles from the surface gain enough energy to overcome the force of attraction. So dear students, some of the factors are affecting the evaporation, that is the rate of evaporation depends upon the surface area, temperature, humidity and the wind speed. So directly any one of the substance is not ready to evaporate. It needs or it depends upon the surface area, that is how much space it has covered, the temperature. If the temperature is more, then what happen? It will going to be easily evaporate, but where the temperature will less, then what happen? It will not going to be evaporated. Then the humidity. Humidity means whether the substance is containing any type of the moistures or water, and the wind speed also. So what happens if you are carrying out such type of phenomena, then wind is also one of the important criteria. As well as it increases in the surface area and the rate of evaporation. Increase in the temperature, increase the rate of evaporation. Increase in the humidity, decrease the rate of evaporation. Okay. So here I am using different color to recognize you. So here dear students, okay, so here, so increase in the humidity and decrease the rate of evaporation. When the humidity is decreases, then what happens? The rate of evaporation. If the moisture is less, then what happen? Increase the decrease the rate of evaporation. Whereas increase in the wind speed, increase the rate of evaporation. As you know that for burning the substance, oxygen and air is also plays an important role. So these are the factors that is affecting the evaporation. So dear students, these are the some shortcut points to remember the things. So just go through once these slides as well as the video lesson class, otherwise what happen, you will get confused. So dear students, I hope there is no confusion about any one of the concept. Just go through the points what I have discussed today, and here we have completed the chapter of matters in our surrounding. So dear students, what is your work? That you have to be solved exercise questions, and whichever questions you are feeling difficulty to solve, just approach me. Once again I can explain you, because when you are referring these videos as well as this PPT, so you will get all the answers, because I have collected all the things which is already asked in the examination as well as it is already appeared in the exercise question. So I have collected all the things, so don't worry about it, just go through the lesson and solve the answer. So dear students, in next class we will meet with the new concept with a new energy. Have a good day. Bye bye.